Hi everybody, my name is Rhys Barber. I'm the audiologist here at Audiology Associates. Thank you very much for watching our video today. If you've never come across one of our videos before, or if you haven't looked at the channel before, what we do here is post earwax removal videos. We post new ones every Tuesday and every Friday. So if you have any questions about the video that you go out to watch, then pop them into the comment section below, and that way then the most popular questions we can answer at the end of the week. So enjoy the video, and I shall see you at the end. Hi guys, thanks for tuning in to our 100th episode. So we had lots of people asking us, are we going to do anything special for our 100th episode? I really wrapped my brains, couldn't work out what the best thing to do was. So what I thought I'd do is we would do 30 minutes of back-to-back wax extractions. So what we have here is a very large piece of wax that's blocking the ear canal. Patients come in complaining, usual symptoms, reduced hearing, just not, so a little bit of discomfort in there because it's quite a large piece of wax. So what we're doing here is using a standard size ulnar tube just to remove this. So it's just working its way out here. Just getting some of the bigger pieces. I've lost track of how many we're going to see. I think there's about 16, 17 wax extractions I think on this, so you might have to do this in a couple of sessions maybe. So there you go, you can see it all came out in one nice big chunk, and lovely shiny eardrum. Just got a bit of tidying up to do, a little bit of spring cleaning along the canal wall there, so just taking out a little bit of dry skin. That's the bit you could see moving around underneath that block of wax. And there we are, eardrum looks lovely and healthy. So this is the piece we removed, that's the standard size ulnar tube there. Get a good look at that little lump, it's about 1 centimetre across. So a very different type of wax this one, much softer, stickier, sort of squishy kind of wax coming out for this one. So we're just going to use the standard size ulnar just to go in and clear this out. Now this type of wax, a lot of this will get sucked straight into the machine. There you go, you can see it's quite pliable, stickier chunks in places there. Just on its way out. While you're just watching this one, I just want to say a massive thank you to all the subscribers. You've really helped to drive the channel along. You've come up with some fantastic ideas. We love getting the comments and the questions. So this 100th episode was a way of thanking you guys for all your continued support and for all the sharing, liking you've done. I mean, I looked today, I think we're up to about 57,000 subscribers now, so you're doing a fantastic job for me. Thank you very much. Just getting some of the bigger chunks out now. You can just see it starting to move. There's a little bit of hair in there as well. And there we go. Lovely shiny eardrum again. So this is the other side for the same patient. You can see very similar consistency of wax on this one. Just wiggling it up and down. This just helps to, we're keeping the constant suction on the wax, but maneuvering up and down like that just helps to sort of wiggle it down the canal. You can see how stretchy and tacky some of this wax is. So we're actually not working in the canal at all. This is right on the outside part of the ear canal. There you go. See, it's drawing the wax so much deeper in the canal. Maybe a little bit of dry skin here at the top. You can see it pulling quite away from the ear canal quite nicely. There we are, starting to get some of the bigger pieces out now. You can see how long and stretched out that was. And there's the eardrum there. So nice clearance on that side. A little bit of dry skin there to come away. There you go. All looking good. So that's what we removed from this patient. Feels a bit strange voicing over lots one after the other, but I hope you're bearing with me okay with this one. So what we got? 1.5 centimeters, 1 centimeter. So yeah, some quite big chunks. Okay, so you can see the colour difference now between the last wax we saw. It's a little bit blurry this bit. Last piece of wax that we saw and this one, much darker wax for this patient. So it being in there a little bit longer, oxidized a lot more. Don't forget, earwax is slightly acidic, so you will get a little bit of oxidation over time, which is what we're seeing here. So standard size ulnar again, just you can see the wax is completely coating the canal walls. It makes it very difficult to see any bend in the canal. So what I try and do is clear as much I can away from the canal walls first, for two reasons. It helps to unstick the wax from the canal wall, but the other thing it does, it helps me to see exactly where, in what direction the wax is going and what direction the canal is going. So it just helps me not to, push against the canal wall and make it uncomfortable for the patient. You see it's very deep, really settled into this canal. No obvious sign of the eardrum here. This is just completely chock-a-block wax. See, the deeper we go, the wax at the front was quite loose, but as you get deeper in the canal, you can see the wax is more solid, like it's holding together a lot more, so harder pieces much deeper in the canal. So it looks like one big chunk that's working its way down. Just starting to break away. Struggling to get a grip on the bottom of this wax. What I'm trying to do is lift it away from the eardrum. There we are. Now we're starting to get some movement to it. The little bit of silver you can see is not one of my instruments. That's actually a tragus piercing. So as the camera comes out, as I'm bringing the wax out, you'll see the rear end of that tragus piercing. There you go. Okay, so there's the eardrum, all looking nice and healthy. So this is what we removed from this patient. You can see just how deep, dark colour they are, so they're almost black in colour, so they've been in there quite some time. And that's the standard size ulnar tube there as well. There we go. So what have we got next? Here we go. So okay, so we got this is quite a sticky wax. So still using the Zollner to remove this as well. Okay, so you can see the bottom of the wax is quite sticky, but the top is quite soft. Makes it a little bit more of a difficult extraction, this type of wax. Somebody asked me in one of the comments earlier this week, have I got a favourite type of wax to remove? The softer wax I always find a lot more difficult to remove. It's tougher. It's a hard one to answer because some of the harder bits of wax will come out really easily, some of the softer bits will come out really easily, but this type of wax is really difficult where you've got two different consistencies in there. That's always the hardest one. I prefer some of the sort of more solid pieces or a little bit softer around the edges because they just come out a little bit more easily. But we do like a challenge here at Audiology Associates as well, so just trying to get a grip on that wax so we can pull it out. There you go. And just getting some movement to it now. It's always quite nice when we start to get a little bit of movement to the wax because we know it's on its way. There's nothing worse than trying to suction out or remove a piece of wax that's really embedded in there that's not budging at all, because it's quite frustrating to try and get grips on it. See a little bit of hair embedded in this, binding all this together as well. There we go. Well, we're just watching the pieces coming out now. I have a question for the subscribers, and I'd love to get your opinion on this. Somebody asked me in clinic the other day, people who like to watch pimple popping videos are called popaholics. Is there a name for people that like to watch earwax removal videos? Is there an acronym that people use? I just, to describe someone who likes to watch wax removal videos. If there is, pop it in the comment section. I'd love to know if there is one already. If there's not, come up with some ideas. What do you think you should be called if there isn't one already? I'd love to know what the answer would be, because I get asked this quite a lot. I never know what to say. So we're getting to the deeper wax you can see here now. Much softer, much closer to the eardrum. So we're just trying to get a grip on it. I would like to try and get this out in one piece if we can. There you go, you can see a much bigger section there coming away. Now we're starting to see the eardrum. So we've got this piece of much darker, older, drier wax here at the top of the canal. So just going to gently peel that off the canal walls. Remember, the canal walls are really sensitive, so you don't want to go digging around in there as much as, avoid it as much as you can. So I'll get as much of this away as we possibly can. There we are, you can just see it all starting to fold away. There we go, and there's the eardrum. A little bit on the dull side, that one, so maybe a little bit of fluid behind. This is what we removed from that ear, so you can see the difference in colours there. There's the standard size ulnar tube. You have to excuse my voice a little bit. I've got a bit of a sore throat at the moment, so I might sound a little bit bunged up. Okay, much softer, not completely blocked this ear canal. There is a gap above it. Much softer wax this time. So just going to use the Zollner now just to get in there and remove that wax. So aiming quite low on the wax. There you go. It's wax actually completely covered in skin actually. So it's a dry skin husk around the outside of a soft wax. And it came out in one nice piece. So a nice and quick and easy one to do. Just got a bit of tidying up around the edges to do. There you go. And there's the eardrum there. Okay, so you can see we've got a very deep seated piece now. This is pushed right up against the eardrum. So you have to go quite gently with this one. You can see there's a little bit of moisture in there. That's probably oil that the patients use just to loosen this up a little bit. You can actually see the wax getting sucked into the suction machine, drawing the wax deeper, the deeper wax away from the eardrum. Here we go, just one last piece to remove. Very gently working our way down. There you go. Okay, so we've got a much drier piece of wax, bit of a gap above the top, lots of little bits of hair in there. You can see all around the outside edge. So that the piece of wax that's closest to the canal wall is very dry. Just looking to see if we've got a gap at the top here. Get a good look in this canal. Because we've got quite a large gap, we can safely get in with the Jobson horn. So just aiming for about halfway down the wax, bringing it forwards, going in again, getting a bit further behind it to bring it down the canal. We wouldn't go straight to the back of the wax because we can't tell how deep that goes, so it's better to bring it out a little bit, then get further in and bring it out a bit further on. And there we are, quite a hairy, sticky lump of wax there. You can see the eardrum there. You see the large flap of dry skin at the top there, so we're just going to take that away. The dry skin in itself wouldn't really cause too much of an issue, but you may find that if, especially with a large piece that's hanging down like that, it may trap some dry wax moving down. It might get stuck behind it. Okay, so you can see quite a large blockage in this ear, lots of sill around the outside edge of the ear canal there. Can use a little bit of suction just to start us off. You can see what looked like it was going to be really solid wax is actually quite thick, tacky, sticky wax. Now this type of wax is quite difficult to remove. Especially if you don't get it detached from the canal wall really quickly, because what you find with this type of wax is so thick that it just blocks the suction tube really quickly. So you're constantly having to clean the suction tube through all the time just to maintain the suction pressure. So you're just wiggling it. We're starting to get a bit of movement to the bottom of that wax there. So we're peeling, now we're starting to get a lift on the wax. Now we're starting to lift away from the canal wall, so it'll start moving, there you go, a lot more easily. So as you've heard me say lots of times before, you're getting the little wiggle on that wax there, maneuver it back and forth. You can see the looser skin debris, that the bits of wax and old skin, the lighter material that looks wetter in here. Obviously with large chunks like that, if you've got a blockage on the outer part of the ear canal, everything that's trying to migrate down, so all the old skin and wax and liquid that's produced in there, it's all just not going anywhere, so it just gets blocked and stuck behind that wax. Then you see, here it comes. There you go, it's quite a large plug in there. You can see just how messy this looks behind as well. You can see all that old debris. I'd imagine, looking at how shiny that is, they've probably put some oil in there. There might be some trapped water from like baths and showers and stuff behind all this. It's just liquefied the rear end of this wax, but it's just everywhere. So you can see how pink those canal walls are, so a little bit aggravated. So we've got to be really careful here, removing a lot of this debris from the drum itself. So obviously this is the fine end we've got here now, just taking this debris away. The fact that the blockage on the outer part of the ear canal is now gone will allow a lot of this skin and a lot of this old debris to come away, migrate out the way it should do. But just giving a bit of a helping hand. You can see this like old skin peeling away. You know, skin will repair itself, so that the skin will regenerate obviously underneath. So what you'll get is these older, wetter bits, these whiter sections of skin here is just where they've had wet wax sitting on top of them for a long time. It's a bit like if you ever had your skin in water for a long period, you get this kind of white sort of layer to it. That's similar to what's happening in here. So as the ear canal dries out now, because obviously all this moisture and gunk can start to dry out in the ear canal, it'll allow all that back out. It'll start to dry out a little bit for you. Okay, so this is the other ear. Very similar story on this side as well. Quite a large chunk of wax. So we've got the standard size ulna here. Can you see how the wax is bending as we're getting the suction on it? It's almost like moulding a kind of clay. It moves, so we're trying to pull it away from all the canal walls. Sometimes you're lucky if you do that and you pull enough of it away, it'll just have enough cohesion within the wax for you to take it out in a chunk, which is what's starting to happen here. It's not going to budge, so we're going to go in with a Jobson. We've moved the top layer down and see just how sticky that is. So we're putting pressure, downward pressure with the Jobson now, and bringing it forwards at the same time, hoping this is all going to come out in a big enough chunk. See the hair is starting to lift through this. You've seen this a lot in the videos. You get little bits of hair embedded in the wax. See just how tough that is to get out. It's almost a perfect ball. There we are. A little bit left in there. You can start to see the eardrum behind as well, so this should come out with a bit of suction. There we go. Nice shiny looking eardrum, all looks perfect in there. So this is what we moved. So the first piece you saw was a centimetre across. Second piece looked huge on the screen, but it's only about half a centimetre, just under. So there's the Jobson horn and the standard size ulnar tube there for you. quite a narrow ear canal, this one. You can see I'm struggling to get the suction tube in to that space. Sometimes the skin at the entrance to the ear canal can be a little bit looser, especially as we get older. We lose some of the elasticity there, so it as you put the suction on, it just collapses the skin down, which is really difficult then to get in there to get what we need to away. Luckily, as we've got a grip on it, it's pulling all the wax from deeper in. Oh, a little bit further, a little bit of wax a bit further in. Bit of dry skin there to the left hand side, so we'll just take that away. It'll come away with the wax. There we are. And there you go. Nice shiny eardrum there as well. You know, the majority of what you're seeing in this compilation video is the kind of stuff we do. You know, it's the regular stuff we see quite a bit. So, you know, this would be like an average. What have we done? About 1670. This would probably be about an average sort of day and a half for us. The videos in this compilation. So this is the majority of what you see. You don't always see like the really big stuff which you see on some of the other videos. Obviously, we pick and choose what we pop onto YouTube. On its way out, you can just see we're taking the softer stuff from the outside, so this is the harder kind of nugget of wax that's in the middle. A little bit further in, bit of dry skin there to the right hand side. Brilliant, all came away nicely. And there's the eardrum. So this is what we removed there. So you can see quite small pieces. Each one's about half centimetre thereabouts. So not huge amounts, but you know, the majority of cases this is what you get coming through into clinic. So this is the kind of average patient that we see. A little bit more unusual, much softer wax. You can see there's a sheen to this. It's where the patient's been using some olive oil. Lots of people ask me why we use olive oil over any other type of oil. It's just a historical thing here in the UK. I don't know whether it's because olive oil was just more readily available. You know, so we use a surgical grade olive oil, which just means that it's just been filtered a lot more. It's effectively, you know, your extra virgin olive oil, but just filtered a lot more. So it just means that we can get a nice lubrication to the canal wall, and it'll just soften the outside edges of the wax. So it just helps to keep the wax more solid in the center, but softer on the outside edge. Easier for us to remove, because obviously the more mushy and wet the wax is, the harder it is for us to remove. So you can see this is a little bit of dry skin, all layered in together, coming away in pieces here. Got quite a large piece. You can see it's just starting to move forwards. We're just unpicking this. There you go. Some quite long pieces in here. Just coming towards the end of it now by the looks of it. Got to be careful when you're suctioning looser bits of skin like this. Not so much for discomfort for the patient, but because it makes a really loud squeaking sound with the suction. So if you get a little bit of skin trapped in the end, it vibrates back and forth and gives you that squeaking. So there we are, all nice and clear there. Just that one little bit. There we are, there's the eardrum. So this is what we removed. You can see it a much more sort of golden brown, so yellowy brown colour here. Okay, much harder piece of wax here. Using the Jobson horn to go in and get this. So just going over the top. As I explained earlier, you won't go too deep with the Jobson, just going just to the top of it, bring it forwards, then get behind it again. Sometimes you get a little bit unlucky as we did here, it just starts to break away a little bit. See how crumbly that wax is, so Always a little bit more difficult to remove with the Jobson when you get these sort of crumbly sections of wax. There you go. Quite a long piece that one, as it broke down as it came away. But looking behind it, you can see the eardrum there. There you are, that's the piece we took out. Okay, so we're coming down to our last couple of extractions now, guys. Thank you very much for bearing with me. I know you've had to listen to my voice for a very long time, unfortunately. Much softer, kind of quite mushy, wet wax, this one. So you wouldn't use a Jobson horn on this. We're just going to go in straight in with the suction tube. So a lot of this will get sucked straight inside the machine. There you go. You can see it all just getting pulled in. This is the other ear now. This is you can see that this has been pushed. This is Q-tip use. Push this wax really deep, right up against the eardrum. These types of removals are always really difficult. You've got to be so careful, and there's not a great deal of room to work in. That piece of wax is probably only about 1 centimetre across from its widest tip to its widest tip. So we can use the suction tube just to... Sometimes we're lucky we'll get a grip and the whole thing will peel off in one go. Just lifting the edges here just to try and remove this wax. I hope you guys are enjoying the video. Like I said, we put the compilation on as a thank you to you guys. We know you like watching the videos, and you've been so good with generating more subscribers and really positive comments. So thank you again for that. Just peeling an edge. We're going to see if we can peel the other side down as well. But if we can't, we've got that leading edge now to work on with some, say, crocodile forceps. But you can see that's really well and truly jammed in there. So we're going to go in with the old crocodile forceps. Let's see if we can grab that leading edge. And we're going to very gently pull this away. And there you go, the whole thing came out. There we are. So this is the piece that we removed. So you can see it was about 1 centimetre across, but it's the width of the eardrum normally. So yeah, it all came away quite nicely. Okay, well, the next one that's coming up is our last extraction, guys. So very wet, soft wax. So this should be relatively easy to take away. There you go, it's just starting to move now. You can see the bottoming getting sucked in. There we are, whole thing's starting to come away. So this is the last one. Hopefully it'll come out in a nice big piece for us. There we go. Bit of spring clean around the outside edge. There's the eardrum. Well, I hope you enjoyed that, guys. If you did, then obviously like. Well, thank you again for watching, and as always, guys, take care.
Thank you very much for watching our video today. If you did enjoy the video, then please like. If you're not subscribed already or you'd like to do so, you can click the subscribe button here. If you'd like to check out some more of our videos, they're also up there. Now, if you want to follow us, you can do on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and also check our website if you want to know a little bit more about us. As always, guys, until the next time, take care.